starts with two. A simple step, a shared journey, and as others walk beside us, we grow in strength, in hope, in community, side by side, in community.
Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Side by Side in Community. This month, we're talking about faith in motion, what it means to keep our faith alive and moving in the world. Have you ever noticed when you're tired or discouraged that faith can start to feel like a theory instead of a practice? Like something that we think about instead of something that we do? James challenges us with that question in his scripture when he says, what good is it if someone says they have faith but does not have works? This is not a criticism, but it is an invitation to us. Because faith without movement eventually lulls us to sleep, allows us to fall asleep. And when Jesus washes the disciples' feet in the Gospel of John, he didn't preach a sermon about humility. He lived one. Jesus took off his robe, knelt down, and did the work of a servant. Not because Jesus had to, but because love can't just be spoken. It has to be shown. It has to be acted upon. And in that moment, faith got its hands dirty. Faith picked up a towel. Faith knelt beside others and said, this is what Christ-like love looks like. Sometimes our faith looks like a grand gesture. But more often than not, it looks like a quiet, faithful service. It's the meal that you cook for someone who's struggling. It's showing up when no one else does. That's faith that works. Not because it earns God's favor, but because it reflects the heart of God. And so this week, I want you to ask yourself, where can my faith move from words into action, into work? Where can I pick up a towel, kneel beside someone, and serve in love? Now, it doesn't have to be something flashy. It just has to be faithful. Because the world doesn't need to see a perfect faith, but it does need to see active faith. Faith that serves and forgives and loves just like Jesus loved. Faith that works is faith that moves. And when faith moves, the love of Christ moves throughout us. It moves into homes and into workplaces and into neighborhoods and hearts. Every act of compassion becomes a testimony. Every act of service becomes a sermon, and every small motion of love becomes proof that Jesus is still at work in this world. Friends, keep your faith in motion this week. Not just in what you believe, but in what it is that you do. Because when we live out love, we walk side by side in community. I'll see you next week as we finish our series by learning how to run the race with endurance and joy. Have a great week.